there, YouTube. We're back again today for more of our Gencon Bonanza Explosion Blowout coverage. We are back from Indianapolis Gencon 2016, and we're going to be talking about some various different things that we saw and experienced at Gencon. Today we're actually going to be talking about the Ruth Chris Steakhouse Gencon lunch that they do pretty much every year, as far as I know. And we're going to be giving our impressions on that, telling you if it's worth your time, worth your money. So, I believe it is $12 gets you a lunch, and $10 if you order 5 of them. So 5 for the 50. We got the 5 for 50. So I pre-ordered this about a month before Gen Con, and it was simple enough. Just send them some PayPal money, and we're good to go. I called them about a week before to see what I needed to pick up the lunch. The lady I talked to had no idea about anything. In fact, I was telling her what seemed like for the first time about this deal that they had. She was like, oh yeah, what is this? And I was like, okay. And she was like, all right, we'll get a manager to call you back. Give me your number. And of course, that never happened. They never called me back. So I called back about 5 or 6 days later, right before Gen Con, talked to another gentleman who once again had no idea about anything.
At this point, you're training him.
Yes.
Did you get commission? Did you get a manager's discount?
So at this point, I was just like, all right, we're just going to wing it, and hopefully everything will be fine. We printed off the quote-unquote receipt, because we bought it on PayPal, and we hoped everything would be for the best. Now, I obviously was not able to pick it up, because we were interviewing people, so Flanny over here went and got the food. So how was that?
It was all right. It was interesting. There was already a bit of a line started up by the time I got there. About 30 people ahead of me. I got there about a half hour after the pickup time started. They had numerous people helping customers. They kept the line moving nice and steady. So
It went from 11 to 2. That's
Yeah.
a pretty big window, so that was good.
So, inside the bag, what was inside the bag? We had, was it 2 steak sliders?
Yeah, I feel like I should put this little picture up right here, so just a little note to myself. Put a picture up, because I did take a picture of it. Get 2 little sliders wrapped in aluminum foil.
cookie.
What was on the sliders?
No,
There was bread and there was steak.
Just a little-
the steak burger. It was
Not a juicy steak either. It was a burger. Yeah,
it
it was
like
not
a
juicy.
burger.
Square.
Yes.
Square of steak and bread. Bag of chips. My favorite flavor. Not really.
Generic.
Plain. It was
was
plain
plain.
potato chips.
Plain potato
To
chips.
go with a plain sandwich, theme. A lot of theme in this bag.
But then they screwed up
Plain.
the cookie because they
Yeah.
actually give you a chocolate chip cookie.
It was in a bag though. It
But
wasn't
it was-
homemade.
it
was in a
was a good
bag.
cookie.
It was a Sally Fields cookie and a plain mint.
All right.
The plainest of mints.
I don't think there was any napkins. I don't.
There was. They're in the bag still, actually.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
One of my main complaints was no drink.
Yeah.
No drink.
You
There
had-
was a dollar. Was it $1 more?
It was $1 and you could purchase a drink there. Yeah.
So yeah, that seems like a really weird upcharge when I've already paid $10 for this meal. If I bought 5 of them, $12 for that meal, no drink, just a dry sandwich. The piece of steak was good.
All right. Well, how was the
Right?
meal? Let's start over here. What did you think of the meal itself?
Oh, geez.
Forget the price tag. Just think about the meal. What'd you think about the meal?
For steak sliders, I'd give them, 4 out of 5. I mean, they were plain, so condiments, or at least the option of them would have been nice. I would definitely would have added some hot sauce or something. But yeah, I'd give them 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I thought the actual steak slider itself, I did not think it was a bad steak slider, but it was in dire need of sauce or onions, as you said, or anything else.
Something, yeah.
Sausage cheese.
Some topping, some condiment, some option. It was a dry sandwich, which would I don't even think it would have been that big of a deal had I something to wash it down with,
Or some flavored chips,
or
maybe
some
too.
flavored chips. Just something. It was bland. I think it was bland as far as sliders go. I don't know, the piece of meat was great, but that was really it. I don't know, maybe
The rest of
2
it
and a
was
half, 3. Yeah.
Did come with a bag though.
Unimpressed.
The bag was nice.
Yeah,
No, I mean, that's
heavy,
nice.
Heavy bag. I mean, I don't know. This is nice.
I think that's just.
What are you gonna do
I
with
think
this
that is
bag
their
when it's done?
takeout.
I'm gonna use it for a video.
I think that is their takeout bag. I don't believe those are special ordered. So.
Yeah, there wasn't anything necessarily Gen Con about it,
No.
other than it was just a deal that they were running.
Gen Con bag would definitely improve this, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yes, okay. So overall, we're going at it from $12 because we had 5 for 10. But $12, were you satisfied with it?
No.
We left there, and actually, I spent $9 more to buy, what was it? Yellow Island noodles. So as long Yellow Island noodles, they're delicious. 21 vegetables and a fast-moving line. Go there instead.
I have to agree. At first, I was thinking, $12 downtown Indy, it's not that big of a deal. But the more I really broke down the meal, it's like, okay, $1 for a bag of chips. Okay, you get that out of the vending machine. $1 for the cookie. You get that out of the vending machine, which brings, I paid $5 per mini steak slider. And that's like, no.
Yeah.
The more I thought about it, the more I was like, this is not a good deal. So overall, I think the obvious impression we're getting is this is not worth your time or money.
Oh, it's like, it reminds me, you know what it reminds me of, really? I just thought about this. It reminds me of Will Call. Will Call. They're like, okay, so you're going to save money by buying it ahead of time. And that's the only benefit. That's the only benefit. Will Call, you're going to save money if you buy your Gencon badge ahead of time. There's always a line way down and around, wrapped around the whole place. And the line to buy them there,
Yeah.
no one. There's moths eating the tapestry on the lines. Like, it's not... I don't think it's worth it. Like, if I had to go and buy a Gen Con badge, they're not going to sell out. They are simply not going to sell
Well, they
out.
don't sell out.
They will never sell out.
Well, here's one thing I was thinking.
They're continuously reaching. But the thing is, I feel like we could have gone most anywhere with a decent walk, paid the same amount of money, and got the same or better food.
We could have got a better meal.
Much better meal. But the only thing we'd be gambling on is the line.
Well,
Just waiting to buy the food and go through the rigmarole of the transaction of food. And I feel like that's where they almost like, I don't know, I feel almost like taken advantage of because they put Gen Con on it. I'm like, oh, Gen Con meal. Yeah, let's take this Gen Con deal and check it out. There was nothing Gen Con about it. There was nothing that had to do with Gen Con other than save a little bit of time and have your meal and leave. That way you can't complain.
Yeah, and for the
You're
walk,
not here anymore.
you're walking to Ruth Chris is pretty much going to equal out any amount of time you would spend waiting in line at the food trucks.
Yeah.
And it's going to be about the same price. You're going to have a better experience at the food trucks. So overall, just...
Take a
warm.
truck. Take a pickup truck
What?
full of Ruth's Chris and a laptop or an iPad that tells you who gets one.
Take it to Gen
Drive
Con.
them out there
Yeah.
to Gen Con and just be like, here's your pickup. Here's your Ruth's Chris pickup.
Now, would that have changed your impression if they were actually, say, at Georgia Street? You just step outside.
If they put one pickle on that sandwich and gave me an option of 3 condiments and
you could
a
pick up
drink
condiments.
included,
No.
Oh, there were no
there-
I'd do it.
No, there
I'd
were
do
no
it.
condiments.
Oh, okay. So overall, crap.
don't
Steer
do it.
clear of
Don't do it. Stay
Save
away.
your
Really
money.
don't do it.
And yeah, but let us know. Have you tried the Ruth Chris Steakhouse Gen Con meal? Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.